Hello and welcome to the Chop Shop. My name is Dion Tucker. Today we're going to talk about what does this have to do with this. So what does tennis have to do with playing the trombone? When I was dealing with embouchure dystonia, I came up with this little game to help me out with my timing. And when I say timing, I mean I was having a hard time getting the notes to speak right when I wanted them to. And this exercise helped me out quite a bit. Before we get too deep into it, if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can get a heads up on whenever I put out a new video. Normally when I practice, I like to find a quiet place with no distractions so I can just focus on what I need to do. If you're dealing with some kind of ailment or dystonia or something like that, sometimes that quiet place is not exactly where you want to be. That gives your brain a whole lot of time to talk to the rest of your body and tell it what to do. When I came up with this game, I was really looking for a distraction from myself. I was overanalyzing everything I was doing, and it was really affecting my playing. While I was practicing, I broke my own rule and I turned the TV on. It just so happened to be around the time the US Open tennis tournament was happening, so I decided to watch some tennis. I was practicing some articulation and I was having a hard time with my attacks. It was difficult for me to start the note right on time when I wanted to. So I just told myself, anytime somebody hits the ball, I'm going to attack a note. Now pretty quickly I realized that the back and forth didn't last too long. So that led me to Google on YouTube the longest tennis rallies. Initially what I was trying to prove to myself was that I could attack a note right on time. What this exercise wound up teaching me though was that maybe I needed to take my focus of attention away from what was happening with my lips. So I decided to change my focus of attention from what was happening with my embouchure to when the ball was being hit. That's all I focused on, was when is that racket making contact with the ball. Much to my surprise, everything started getting better. I stopped thinking about all the mechanics of my lips and gave my brain a simpler task. I kind of look at it like the phrase paralysis by analysis. You can definitely overanalyze something and paralyze what it is you're trying to achieve. I'm going to grab my horn and show you how this game works. Now there's so many different variations you can put on this. I'm sure you'll come up with some creative ones of your own.
So let's play a little trombone tennis here. And our objective is to attack the note when the ball is hit. We're trying to get our brain off of the mechanics of what our lips are doing and allow our visualization to lead our body's intent. Now, the most important thing in this exercise is the relaxation in between the notes. You'll notice that I'm starting each note from nothing. A lot of times we tend to hold tension inside of us when we know something is coming up quickly. Our job is to get back to relaxation as quickly as possible. And as we ascend into the upper register, do your best to not think about what your lips are doing. If you miss a note, just go at it again. That rally was 48 shots, so it really gives your body a chance to get in the groove. Now this one I start on a concert B flat, and I keep expanding one half step at a time, always starting on the B flat. Now, as we expand and these intervals get wider and wider, remember, you're starting from nothing. And that's important to keep in our minds because we want each note to have its own clean energy. Are you thinking about your lips? Stop it. Leave them out of the equation and just let the body learn from the airstream. I started doing this little arpeggio exercise, but my focus is still attacking the note right on time. His emotion says it all. That's exactly how I feel. So with this one, I changed it up and started practicing some major scales, one note at a time. When I got to the top note, I go up a half step and play that scale down. When I get to the bottom, up a half step, play that scale going up. And remember, this is an exercise of getting out of your own way. Don't hold anything in. When the note's over, it's over. When it's on, send it. We want to try to eliminate that hesitation that can happen when we take a big active breath. That's why you don't see me taking any large active breaths. I'm just sending the air that is available. Really, because that's all that's required. Only do what you have to do. Leave the rest of it alone. Staying out of our own way is sometimes the hardest thing that we can do. And remember, with this, you can pick whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a major scale, whatever you're working on. In this next one, I picked some intervals. I picked a perfect fourth because it's something very common. We run into this interval quite a bit. And once again, my focus of attention is on when that ball is being struck. And how can I send that air without thinking about it? And don't forget, you have the freedom to augment this exercise to do whatever it is you're working on. Maybe you're working on a third interval. Maybe you're working on a seventh. Whatever it is, though, make sure you're not overthinking it. And that the beginning of your phrase comes when you expect it to. Match your intent. And again, if you miss something, just do it again. Keep your mind relaxed and your body will follow. Somebody's counting. Start to explore what it takes for you to be as relaxed as possible after you play a note. Remember, the key to this is the relaxation in between notes. And this should actually improve your stamina because you're giving yourself a little rest. And even if it's a short, quick rest, it still counts.
So there's a fun little way to change up whatever it is you may be working on. Especially if it's just one note and a high note, this is a great exercise to practice and to annoy the hell out of your neighbors. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out, and I'll see you next time at the Chop Shop.